I saw a movie called Spotlight, and I was so enthusiastic about it. I called Rocco and I said, Rocco, you must see this movie. And I wanted Rocco to see it so badly. I took him to the theater yesterday. We saw it in the Malvern Theater, and I think Rocco really liked this movie. So it's time for Rocco Pasafumi and his review on a movie that, may I add, because I was born and I grew up in Boston, that this great movie called Spotlight was shot in Boston. So, without further ado, Rocco Pasafumi.
Thank you very much, Howie. Yes, the movie was called Spotlight. It is directed by Tom McCarthy and stars Michael Keaton, Rachel McAdams, Mark Ruffalo, Tom Slattery, and Leah Schreiber. And it is, I'm proud to say, halftime Howie's indie pick. This has not been released by a major Hollywood studio. It's been released by a small indie studio known as Open Road, which deals directly with theaters. Anyways, the movie takes place in 2001, and it takes place in the Boston Globe, the big newspaper of Boston, and a new person takes over a new editor takes over the paper, played by Leah Schreiber, and he gets his reporters on an investigative beat known as Spotlight, headed by Michael Keaton's character, and he gets the reporters onto a story which initially was one isolated incident of pedophilia in the Catholic Church. But, you know, with this editor's prodding, I should say, the reporters managed to discover that this is actually not an isolated incident, but systemic. And the amazing thing about this movie is that, you know, it takes a subject which is not exactly the most sexy subject on earth when it comes to a film, you know, or always the most exciting, which is what I call news procedurals. And the original movie that created this type of style of storytelling was All the President's Men, very big, Oscar-winning movie with Dustin Hoffman, and it was about the reporters who uncovered Watergate. And if you've ever seen this movie, the movie is very, very dry. There's no score hardly in the movie, and you know, for modern audiences, it's a pretty tough movie to watch, you know, in that respect. Because, you know, you're used to movies having scores and movies having, you know, everything being quick in regards to, plot and so forth. But the thing is with this movie is that the director, Tom McCarthy, manages to take something that most people would not really gravitate towards and really gives it a sense of humanity and a sense of purpose. It makes you care about this, and it makes you really feel for the reporters that investigate this story. The thing about this is that, you know, in the course of this movie, they interview all the people that were victims of priests in the thing, and you really feel for them, and you really feel for the reporters as they're, you know, unraveling this mystery, and that's what the director does so wonderfully here, and the cast does so wonderfully here, from Michael Keaton to Tom Slattery to Rachel McAdams to Mark Ruffalo. There's going to be a lot of Oscar nominations, hopefully, if the Academy is, you know, looking at this as closely as I feel I am. I feel like that this definitely has pure Oscar nods written all over this thing. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of movies so far that have really, you know, been to my enthusiasm, but I'm grateful to Howie in saying that this definitely was one of the best movies I've seen this year. Like I said, it takes a subject that most people would not really identify with personally, you know, because it doesn't have, like I said, the gravitas of an action movie or a special effects movie or anything like that. But this is the reason why movies are made. It really brings home a subject, and it makes you follow it with great characters, you know, great plot, and great direction to move it along. And I think this is definitely one of the best movies of 2015, and definitely a dark horse in the Oscar, in the Oscar race. And I hope that this definitely gets, you know, nominations for Golden Globes and Oscars, and if not, it should be. So, and I highly recommend it. It's playing right now in the Malvern cinemas right now in Long Island. So, see this movie. You have to see this movie now in the theaters because that's really how these movies make their money. especially the indie movies, the movies that are not released by Hollywood. So if you're looking for something different from the normal, claptrap of special effects and action, see this movie. So I give Spotlight a perfect 5 out of 5 stars.
Wow.
So thank you very much.
Great job, Rocco. And,
Wow.
with Rocco's permission, when we travel Tuesday night at 9 o'clock to the iconic Laurel Luncheonette, with Rocco's permission, for Rocco's next review, I'm changing Rocco's name. You see, when Rocco does his movie review for next Tuesday night, he's going to be reviewing a movie called Creed, which stars the famous Rocky Balboa. So I just thought it was fitting that when Rocco does his review for next Tuesday night, he's not Rocco Pasafume, he's Rocky Pasafume.
Yeah!
So,
Yeah!
Rocco is Rocky next week. All right.